is Bentley. He's a shepherd mix with thick fur, so I can't dress him up in cute winter sweaters. I saw this picture in a catalog and I decided I needed to make Bentley a Christmas scarf. This isn't so much a tutorial as it is a recipe. I'll show you what I did and then you customize it for you and your dog. Now before you get started though, there's some important points you gotta ponder. It can't be too long to bother him or get in his way. And it shouldn't be too tight and restraining, nor should it be too loose where it could easily catch on something. And it can't be too wide, as that would just seem downright uncomfortable. And if you have an eater, I'd probably avoid embellishments like buttons. I chose to put pom-poms on it, although he has been known to demolish a pom he found on a hat once that was left on the floor. I couldn't be sure how he'd handle this until he wore it, and I'm happy to say that he doesn't seem to notice it, not one little bit. The skills you'll need for this scarf are casting on, casting off, and color changing. If you need help with that, see the description box for a tutorial link. I didn't have any self-striping Christmassy color yarn, so I chose to stripe it myself with what I had. Now this can be tedious to some, but it's what I had stuck in my head, so that's what I did. It was 3 rows green, 3 rows red, and 1 row white. You'll never catch me sewing in all these ends that'll be hidden inside a tube scarf, but I do like to make sure that each one is double knotted. I tie one knot when I join, but I tie the other after a few rows have been completed, and that makes sure you have no gaps and the stitches will look more even. I do this as I go, maybe 10 rows or so at a time. To determine the length, I used Bentley's collar. I wanted it about 4 to 6 inches longer than his collar, so I could see here that I had more to do. After the regular old cast off, I gathered the end closed and secured it the usual way by sewing in the end. Nothing new here, just the old tried and true techniques. I love the ease of being able to hide the long end inside the center of the tube. Bring the needle out through one side, pull snugly, snip, and when you straighten, it disappears. Now there is a jogless stripe technique that you can do so that your stripes will look a little bit more aligned, but I didn't bother with that on this because of all the color changes. It was annoying, and because of the nature of this project. Since this is going to be for a dog's neck, it's going to go around my dog, like here's his neck, it's going to go around him and you're not going to see it. So that's just a waste of time in my opinion for a project like this. But of course you do what you think is best. So it turned out nice, didn't it? Now, what I think it needs to do to look like a people scarf is for us to add some little pom-poms on the end. Now, we certainly could, just wrap it like this and have it look like a scarf, but I just want to see what it looks like with the little pom-poms on the end to hide these gathered ends. So we have this big jumbo one, and that would look downright silly on a scarf this size, so that's not an option. Let's look at these. Now, these Clover pom-pom makers come in packs of 2. These 2 came together, and that's still a little big in my opinion. Now we're getting closer, but he's a dog. Dogs like to attack things, and he has been known to tear up my pom-poms that I found rogue. So I'm thinking about a smaller one, maybe this size, because this size would be too teeny weeny. So let's try this. I love my Clover pom makers, and if you need to see how they work, I'll link this video from way back in January of 2014 in the description box. So I've got my 2 poms, I tied them extra tight, and now I want to sew them on to the ends of the tiny scarf. So I've got this little red needle that came with the Addi machine. Any tapestry needle will do, of course, and basically what I do is I'm going to sew one end, put the needle in the middle like that, and sew one tail of my pom on that side and one tail of my pom on this side. And then, I mean, it doesn't matter, however you want to affix it. But this is the way I'm going to do it right now. I'm tying it tightly. See, it is tight against the knitted fabric. So I'm going to tighten that up a couple of more times. We'll go around to this side and do the same thing. And then what I like to do is I'll just hide these ends inside the tube scarf. When you squinch it and give it a clip and straighten it out, it completely disappears. So there's the first pom, and I'll repeat the process on the second side. Now it's time to try it on and see where to attach the two ends. Look at my good boy. He's thinking, Mom, I don't want to dress like an elf. It's embarrassing. Alright. Okay, so here's how the size that I wanted it. I held it with my hand, slipped it over his head. I am making sure that the jog part is on the inside. There it is right there. Let's see, right in the center here is green. So I'm going to go get some green and thread my tapestry needle. Now I guess I should be really smart, shouldn't I, and try to emulate the knit stitch. So I'll come up here, go down there. I'm trying to do a duplicate stitch. And look, I'm already getting Bentley hair in it. I am going to come up here, and then I'm going to go down right there, so that I basically made a V over that knit stitch, so it won't be quite as noticeable. Now I'm going to skip over here and go 2 rows over just to make sure it's anchored flat. I didn't do that one as well. But my mother used to say it'll never be noticed on a galloping horse, and it'll certainly never be noticed on a galloping dog. What I need to do is sew these ends in on the back. So here we have it. Now let's go try it on him. Come sit right here. There you go. Oh, how cute is that? All right. How cute are you? Come here and sit down for the camera. Sit. You can have it hanging like that. Let me see. Oh. What do you think? Did I twist it? I did twist it. Let me fix it. Okay. Alright, let me see you. So it's an hour later, and he's worn it around, and we now know a few things we need to do differently. I tacked it only in one spot, like right here. Well, it was actually 2 spots, but not spread out. It will pull, and it looks kind of funny sometimes, and we want it to stay lying flat so that it looks like a scarf thrown over the shoulder, you know, so it always kind of gives you that look. So I'm going to take some more green yarn, tack it all the way across so that it lies flat, and then we'll be through, and that's the end of the tutorial. Look at me, Dad.
Oh, look at you, Ben. You got your Christmas scarf. Oh, look at you. Oh, yeah. You ready for winter? You ready for winter? You big dog.